Let's talk about a flower that will aid in healing your flower. Hibiscus, my love. Did you know that hibiscus contains phytoestrogens that support estrogen balance? Okay, so if you're here and you want to balance your hormones, go and get you some hibiscus while you bleed. The red should tell you something. Speaking of red, hibiscus is also rich in antioxidants that supports the liver and cleanses the blood. And a healthy liver means healthy skin, means healthy womb. Okay, and this magical flower also supports healthy uterine tissue and is anti-inflammatory, which can prevent fibroid cysts. So of course you can use this in the tea, but you can also use this in your spiritual baths and showers. Simply place some into a bowl along with any other herbs that you feel is aiding in your intention. And you can do this to aid in womb healing as well. And you can add other herbs such as rose and lavender, dandelion, calendula, and then drizzle on an oil of your choice. I'm using coconut oil. Add some salt. I'm using pink Himalayan because it's just like going with the pattern. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put some in there. And this is going to help you absorb all of those negative frequencies, okay? Because most of the time what's causing you issues is because you have absorbed negative energy. You're storing it in your womb. And now is the time to blend it together and get clear on how you're going to remove it. When you have this blend, you're going to charge it up with your intentions and get very clear with what you would like to happen here and announce as if it has already happened. I give thanks and praises Most High for this opportunity to cleanse my womb. May this blend be cleansing for my vessel, my heart, and my soul, with emphasis on my womb healing. Thank you so much for a healthy womb, for a healthy space to create and to multiply and be fruitful. Ashe. And then add your water and let it soak for about 8 hours. And make sure you stir in your intentions, speak to your water, and reprogram it. Y'all saw that study. And you can pour this into a bath, or you can add this to more water and run it over your body as if you would while you shower. I pray that you learned something today and use it in your practice. Let me know how it goes. I love you.
That you fuck your woman in private is how she gonna respect you publicly. And you be a gentleman. I'm still opening the door for you. I'm still a gentleman. When I get you in this box, I'm not about to play with you. Your intention should be to please your partner. I notice if I just go in there with the intention to just fuck the pussy, that's microwave pussy. You, bing, it's over with. I want to see, can I make this woman come? Can I make you squirt? I'm not a squirter. Let me see. I just love to just make this bitch go crazy and don't release no semen. If you feel like you about to release, stop. And it's gonna heal your central nervous system and everything. I feel like I'm giving up too much game because all that come with it, just the respect you have for the womb. Like just the respect that you have for the womb. You enter the womb gentle, you enter the womb with humbleness. A woman may have sex with you, but her body may reject you. Talk heavy. A lot of people don't know that the womb is its own chakra, is its own entity. It's in synchronicity with the moon, whether it's the new moon, the waxing moon. You know, the moon cycle is a woman's womb is in tune with the moon. So that's another thing I'm big on that too.
Hey beautiful, what if I told you that your womb was more powerful than your mind when it comes to manifesting? Well, mental manifestation, which is the traditional method that we've all used, we've all loved, and we've all manifested with, but it uses logic. Okay, when you are doing womb manifestation, it uses magnetism. And we as women, we're not here to chase, which everybody kind of knows, but we are here to, our whole system, our whole body is designed to draw in what it is that we desire. Your womb is the original altar. It was built for this. So if you want to learn how to manifest with your womb, comment womb below. I'll send you the details, but stop chasing. Use your womb. Love you, bye.
Imagine how diabolical you have to be in order to convince the world that Friday the 13th is such an unlucky day. It's a cursed day. When every woman in the world has 13 periods a year. Well, if she's regular, she has 13 periods a year. Our periods are linked with the cycles of the moon. The moon is a feminine energy. Friday is ruled by Venus. It is a divine feminine planet. And you combine those two energies of Friday and the number 13, and a woman can manifest probably the most than she could manifest at any other point in the year. But they got you being scared of that day and saying that that day is cursed. So ladies, hold your womb. Take a few minutes to manifest. Bring your desires to life. You are the creator.
They say that a woman's period is her weakest moment. But the truth is, it is her most powerful. This is for every woman waking up to her divine feminine, her divine truth. For the ones who are remembering who they are, the original creators, God in flesh. Life does not come through you by accident. It flows through you because of your blood. I've said it before, I say it again. Women are God. And your period, that's not some curse. It's a sacred portal. A monthly cleansing, a monthly renewal, a spiritual detox. It's how the womb resets, how your spirit processes what you've held in. You're not just shedding blood, you're shedding old energy, emotions, past versions of yourself. Every cramp, every wave of emotion is a signal. And even in that pain, there's elevation. We were taught to hide our period, be ashamed of it. Pop pills! Stay silent. Stay in pain. Weep in pain. Push through like nothing's happening. Push through the goddamn events. Push through the events of life. But in those events, something sacred within us is happening. The pills, the processed foods, hormones, all of that disrupts your natural rhythm. It creates chemical imbalances, emotional fog, and a deep disconnection from your body. You start to forget who you are. You start to hate the very power that makes you divine, your blood. Not gonna lie, y'all, but me, I thug my periods out. I let them flow. I feel every moment. I listen to my womb. I connect with my womb, y'all. I listen to my womb. I just smoke through during my periods, which intensifies the feeling of it, you know? And honestly, it's not about the pain. Once you know and realize how powerful and intense we are during a period, why do y'all think our emotions be so everywhere and all over the chart? Our hormones are rebalancing themselves. It's about the power. You bleed because you are powerful, because you are the vessel of life. Even when we're not birthing babies, you're birthing energy, ideas, reality every single month. Every single day. Our blood cleanses us spiritually, helps us release attachment, emotional residue, even generational trauma. And I think with great power comes great sacrifice. And the shedding we do is that sacrifice. It calls to being God in feminine form. How to enhance your period spiritually. Speak to your womb. Ask her what she's holding in, what she wants to release. Journal every day of your period. Track what's coming up emotionally for you in this journal, because it is revealing your spiritual path, your truth, your destination. Rest intentionally. A lot of us do this anyways, especially young girls in high school and shit. Let yourself go into that cocoon mode when you're ready to slow it down. In this time, you're meant to slow down anyway. The world speaks to you at this time. You demand. If you haven't noticed, with your emotions, with your attitude, girl, you are the demander. That's when the most vision, prophecy, veil thinning that's happening in your reality. Eat nourishing foods. Again, foods that give you energy. Fast. Drink a lot of water. We're not meant to be disconnected from our womb space. Think about it. The pain that we feel every month, do we feel this pain because of our daily natural rhythm of things that we are doing before our period occurs? Do you think that could possibly tie into the pain that we feel when we are releasing and shedding? Just ask yourself those questions. Now let's talk about the benefits of having a period. Our Our periods are portals. Every month, our body opens a gateway between the physical and the spiritual realm. That's why our emotions heighten, our intuition sharpens, dreams get really vivid. You're literally in a heightened state of feminine magic. On a spiritual level, your period cleanses more than your womb. It purifies our aura, releases emotional baggage, clears space in your energetic field to receive uploads. Again, prophecy, vision, and manifestation. Again, we are not just shedding blood. We're shedding old versions of ourselves, old ties, and even ancestral trauma that's been stored in our womb spaces. Now I have a little tip. Here's where it gets a little celestial. Start tracking what sign the moon is when you start your period. That's a cheat code in knowing what your soul is trying to work through. If you start your period under an Aries moon, like I just did, being spiritually activated in your identity and your power. It's a great time to release anger, old ego patterns, or fears of being seen. Use fire magic. Light a candle, a red one to be specific. I had that idea in mind. Write down what you're burning away in this cycle. Moon in Taurus, focus on grounding, money wounds, body image healing. Moon in Cancer, emotion, divine mother energy. Connect with your inner child. Write letters to your motherly self. Moon in Scorpio, deep shadow work, womb trauma, and rebirth. Powerful time for crying, sex magic. Yes, sex magic with your period on. Let's be careful. Let me know if you want to make a video around this topic. And ancestral healing. I believe a woman's period should be her most private, sacred time of being. Behind closed doors when no one is watching. That's when our magic is the strongest, especially as women. When we stand in our individuality, it's when we're closest to source, spirit, the universe, whoever you want to call it. That's when we start intaking and engulfing the transformation. We don't have to post about it. We don't have to explain it. We don't have to explain to people what we're feeling. Just live in it, listen to it, and simply honor it. This is a time where we are preparing to create.
Women's wombs are literally portals, and I know that so many of you have heard this, but let me actually break it down for you. So I channeled some information today during one of my group programs, and the information shared is from a race of crystal white dragons from Orion. These hold the genetic templates and coding of divine feminine energy, very pure, full of peace and pleasure and just really beautiful beings to work with. And what they've shared about the womb space is that it has its own toroidal flow. If you don't know what toroidal flow is, we have it's in our light body. It's the flow of energy that makes the light body spin. You have that in your womb, and the patriarchal system does not want you to know that. That's why there's a lot of reversals that have been implanted into the collective consciousness around women's bleed, menstrual cycles, all of these things. A lot of you are familiar with manifesting with the moon, but the dragons have said, why would you give your power away to something external? We can go down the moon rabbit hole another day. Anyway, but your womb is your own, moon. Why would you put something outside of yourself? Because when you work with your womb and you manifest with your womb, you are following your own cycles. So they said when you are on your bleed, to be releasing things that no longer serve you, and setting the foundations to call in what you want, creating these desires. And as you move into ovulation, as the seed is being born, you are sending these desires out of your force field of your womb, out into the reality. And as you enter your luteal phase, that's when your toroidal flow starts pulling things in towards you. So it's in that phase that these seeds will then start to bear these fruits that you've planted during your menstrual period phase. So use your womb. It has its own force field to pull your desires towards you. The patriarchy does not want you to know that. They would much rather have you focused on the moon and something external, something that isn't even real, if we're going to go there. So use your cycle, come back to your own inherent and innate wisdom. And if you want some help with this, then call in the crystal white dragons from Orion, ask them to clear anything necessary so that you can come into communication with them.
This is part 1 of a truth most people don't want to talk about. How a woman's body is a temple. When a man enters her body, he doesn't just bring flesh, he brings energy. Every woman he's been with, every unhealed wound, every vibration still living inside him, he deposits it into her temple. A man doesn't release energy naturally the way a woman does. His nervous system holds it. His body stores it. And the only time he truly lets it out is when he ejaculates or when he explodes emotionally through anger, rage, or breaking down. Otherwise, he carries it. And when he enters a woman, all of that transfers into her. But a woman is built with sacred cycles. Every month, her temple naturally cleanses itself. She doesn't just release blood, she releases energy. And don't forget, blood is energy. Lose too much of it and your body collapses. You faint and you die. That's how sacred it is. So every month through her menstrual cycle, she is releasing everything she's carried. The heaviness, the stress, the energy she's absorbed in her body, her household, her environment. It's a death and a rebirth cycle written into her very being. And her womb is not just flesh. It is a portal. Spirit brings flesh through her. Souls pass through her body to enter this dimension. So that's not biology, that's divinity. And here's something that many people don't know. Science shows fragments of a man's DNA remains in a woman's body after sex. They embed in her womb, and they even begin to migrate to her brain. And this is why women often begin mirroring the men that they're with, taking on their moods, their habits, and thought patterns, because she literally carries a piece of him inside of her temple. So imagine this. If a man is carrying chaos, unhealed trauma, or the residue of multiple partners, she absorbs all of that. And if she doesn't cleanse it, it compounds and it starts shaping her from the inside out. And this is why the goddess should be revered, because a woman is not just flesh. She is a portal, a processor, a transformer of energy. So I tell you this, women, protect your temple. And men, if you were ever granted entry into a temple, you better come healed, you better come clean, and you better come with reverence, because you are not just entering a body, you are stepping onto holy ground. Now, if this message resonated, here's how you can start walking in this truth today. You can go to my link tree in the bio. Everything's in there for you. Download your Manifest Like a Goddess planner. It'll help you track your energy, balance your cycle, and manifest with intention. Join me in the Oracle's Den, and that's where I share exclusive readings, rituals, and truth drops to help you cleanse and protect your temple on a deeper level. And if you're ready for personal guidance, you can book a one-on-one tarot reading with me through my link tree as well. I'll help you navigate your specific energy, your relationships, and your next steps with clarity. So your temple is sacred, your body is divine, and once you honor that truth, nothing and no one will ever have the power to use it against you.
Now, let's talk about the sacred temple of the female. See, most females don't understand that the feminine body, especially the womb, is not just biology. It's really divine technology. It's essentially a portal. It's a stargate. The womb holds the frequency for creation itself. It's the first home of every soul that enters this world. See, most women don't understand why they can't go around and deal with multiple men or sleep with multiple men. They don't understand the true power of their womb and their sacred temple. See, when a woman allows a man or multiple men into her sacred temple, she has to understand that she's not just taking on his body. She's taking on his blueprint. She's taking on his spiritual imprint. She's taking on his frequency. These are all things that females have to be mindful of when they're dealing with multiple men and letting them inside their sacred temple. This is deep spiritual merging. This isn't just physical connection. See, every soul you bonded with in a sexual manner is leaving behind an energetic residue, is leaving behind a spiritual residue. So when that energy isn't pure and that man is broken or chaotic or not connected to spirituality source like he should be, then that energy can essentially mess you up. See, your womb isn't just a body part. It's a cosmic gateway. So that means that you just can't let any man deposit his chaos inside of your temple. See, the whole feminine isn't just beautiful, it's cosmic. It's the seed of creation. So essentially, just be mindful of all the guys y'all dealing with and all the guys that's letting y'all hunch on y'all and do all these sexual things to y'all, because everything ain't what it seems. All this is spiritual. And for the females, y'all gotta learn how to protect y'all womb, protect y'all divinity, protect what's sacred and cosmic before anything else. This Kylie dropping some good information for y'all, some food for thought. So if y'all like this type of stuff, make sure y'all follow for more. Vibrate high or die.
So I'm about 45 minutes into my gummies, and I thought to myself, woman is God because of her womb. And the womb is God because it is woman. Only women can carry that. The womb is God because that's the original void. That's where creation takes place. Right? Like, that's why those who are in power, like, they know this. And that's why women have been persecuted for so long. And then even me, this just hitting me right now. That whole thing that happened in Salem wasn't because they were witches. It was any women. It was any woman who had the power to see, to heal, because they didn't want that lineage to keep going. They didn't want the lineage of powerful women to keep multiplying. The woman is God. God is woman. The womb is God. Wow.
I mean, you could feel how you want to feel about it. It's literally in the word. Woman. Woman. Prior to the curse, she was both the womb and the man. Similar to a tree, she possessed both the masculine and the feminine, darkness and light. There was no duality. There was only oneness. She was like a tree, and the fruit, the seed, was in and of itself. All she had to do was be fruitful and multiply. She thought it and manifested it. Yes, it is true. Everything does come from 9. But not just 9, feminine. I don't get why this is confusing. It's literally in the word. Most black men have no problem accepting the fact that we had to be first. That the melanated 9 ether beings had to be indigenous to all lands everywhere first, because everything came from the melanated being. Everything came from the 9. But the moment you bring up the woman, now all of a sudden everybody is confused and don't get it. The same principle applies, buddy. Just like white people weren't here at one point in time, neither were you. And again, that's not division. It is not divisive for me to say that women are the source of all. Just like it is not divisive for me to say that melanated beings are the source of all. My nigga, that is science. It's fact. It's a universal law. And what's divisive is the fact that you are unwilling to accept it, because you are unwilling to accept that there is something that could be the creator above you. Women have been told since y'all got here that men were the first, when we know that that cannot be. And now you're calling it divisive and offensive and manipulative for me to tell you, hey, I mean, okay.
They say behind every successful man, there's a woman. Not just to give birth, but because her womb space carries wealth, power, and life force. So, Chomi, your womb is a portal of wealth and creation. Men know this. That's why they take from women to gain power. That's why you will notice, you will attract broke men. And after being with you, they start doing well. And then they leave you for someone else. It's not by accident, Chomi. You gave away your wealth and your womb energy freely. Your womb is a portal of riches. When you heal, you clear soul ties, and you reclaim your womb power. You stop leaking your wealth into men who don't deserve it. Your womb is your bank, your legacy, your abundance.
I pray to the spirit of my womb for a continued connection. I'm connected to my womb space. I'm connected to my womb space. My intuition is increasing every day within this space. My intuition is increasing every day within this space. I am able to feel the feelings and be guided intuitively on what my next moves are and what moves I should not take. My womb is illuminated in light. My womb is illuminated in light. I see a golden light shining within my womb, clearing out any negativity and unwanted energy within my womb. My womb space is divine. My womb space is divine. I honor you, my womb space, as the divine spirit that you are. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for staying connected with me. And thank you for speaking to me. You can speak to me and I will listen to you, my divine womb. Ashe. If you are seeking products to be more connected to your womb space, spiritual self-love products to be connected to your womb space, check out my company, Evolving Butterfly, at evolvingbutterfly.org. And I would highly recommend the Goddess Detox Pearls and my Pea Power Rose Quartz Crystal Yoni Wash.
What else are they hiding about the womb that we should know? Well, for one, the uterus has its own nervous system. They won't tell you that. It contains a dense web of neural pathways and receptors that are not just sensitive to physical changes, but also emotional and energetic ones too. Trauma, heartbreak, ancestral pain, and past partners. Yeah, can imprint on the uterine field. So many womb imbalances stem from unprocessed energy. The uterus remembers. Oh, don't tell me that. It even holds a cellular record of experiences that even you may not consciously recall. This is why healing the womb is not just medical. It's a spiritual repatterning. This explains so much. Second, the womb is also electromagnetic. You know, the heart is known for emitting a powerful electromagnetic field. Yeah, well, the uterus also generates one too, boo-boo. And during ovulation and orgasm, this field expands, making you more magnetic to people, ideas, and manifestations. Womb-centered meditation can strengthen this field and also activate higher intuitive states. Can you elaborate? Your creative pool, your ability to attract, what you desire is womb-based. And third, the uterus can speak to other wombs. Wow. Yes, I know, right? It's incredible. There's scientific evidence of womb-to-womb communication. Women living together often sync cycles. This explains so much. Me and my sister used to sync cycles all the time when I had them. Yeah. Wombs emit pheromonal and vibrational signals, allowing them to entrain and respond to one another. Really? There's nothing like it. Number 4, the uterus can hold energetic contracts. Sexual partners leave an imprint. This isn't a metaphor. Semen carries DNA and energetic code. That's why they say be careful who you're sleeping with, especially if he angry, girl. If he angry, he can put his wrath in you. And there's no telling how that can manifest. Wow. The uterus has receptors that can store fragments of that sexual partner's cellular data for years. Better cut that cord. And this is why clearing the womb through breath, sound, and intention is vital to a woman. Hit follow if you want to know more. And there is a lot more. Go to nourishment101.com and it will give you the introduction to womb wisdom completely free for a limited time. Girl, I got you.
In both menopause and Kundalini awakening comes the heat first. Heat in your spine, heat rising from the base of your body. Nights where your whole system feels like it's burning away the past. This is not a random experience. It's how your soul clears space for true self. It's the yogic wisdom. Kundalini is said to rise through your chakras, igniting, cleansing, awakening. It's ancient. It's in menopause, and your energy is no longer flowing downwards to bleed. It begins to rise, and that fire, it's not symptoms, it's your spirit coming online. Keep watching and I'll keep sharing.
I've experienced a good portion of envy in my life because of this, and I hate it though. A lot of people really do envy me for this thing that I'm about to explain, but I fucking hate it. It drives me crazy. And it's simple. I hate the impact that my energy has on other people. Let me explain. I want people to leave me the fuck alone. Full stop. Like, we could literally end the video right there. I want people to leave me the fuck alone. They never leave me alone. I can be somewhere completely by myself. In fact, I travel this world by myself. I go out to eat by myself. I go drinking by myself. I go to karaoke by myself. I go dancing by myself. I go to the movies by myself. I go shopping by myself. I be by myself. And I could walk into a place and there's not a motherfucker else in there but me and the worker. And when I tell you the way that people will flock into a place, and I know that that's that golden womb energy, that's that golden healing energy, I get it. I'm not saying that I don't like my energy or I don't like myself. I hate the way that humans react to me. I went in Publix today. I just wanted to buy some damn cranberry juice. R.W. Knudsen is my favorite brand, right? Has been for years, since I was like a teenager. Anyway. Already I'm pissed off because in Publix, they're like, put in your phone number. I'm like, I just want to buy juice. I don't want to put in a phone number. So there's a lady next to me. She goes, you can use mine. I said, I don't want to use anybody's number. I just want to buy the damn juice and leave. I don't want to do any of this. Like, why can't I just press the X and bypass this? So while I'm trying to figure, because I'm overstimulated like a motherfucker now, because I literally just wanted to buy juice. We need an app and a phone number for phishing scams and for you motherfuckers to sell our information to the highest bidder and then tell us that there's been a data breach. And I just wanted to buy some fucking juice. Anyway, in the midst of me trying not to have a very ADHD meltdown in the middle of Publix about this bullshit barrier to me just buying a bottle of juice. And the lady who was trying to be helpful, but I was like, it's not the point. I don't want to put nobody's number in here. I just want to buy juice. I am sick of this. Why can't I just buy juice? Because I've been outside of America for a very long time. So I forgot how ridiculous this place could be. But I digress again. In the middle of that, there's some man trying to talk to me. And then two white ladies walk up to me. And everybody has closed me in because everybody wants a piece of my energy. They want something from me. The white ladies wanted to talk to me about a goddamn fan. This fan. Okay? It wasn't even on. Excuse me, where did you get that fan? I'm like, oh my God. I said, Amazon, right? Then the other lady goes, oh, it's so cute. And I said, oh my God. I said, nope. I left the juice and just walked away. I was like, nope, absolutely not. Because the lady who wanted me to use her phone number was still talking to me. The man who wanted to talk to me because pretty legs and great big knock is going to be a real showstopper. And that's what keeps them coming back for more. And the white ladies in the fan. I was like, I just wanted a motherfucking bottle of juice.
Healing my womb healed my relationship with my self-value and my self-worth. Why? Well, because the womb is God embodied inside of a female vessel. All right. And so when I have God inside of my female vessel, she is the ultimate creator of life. Okay. She's connected to Mother Earth, who is the creatrix of this planet. All right. But when we have been instilled or imprinted with a lot of SA or R inside of our lineages, we can begin to believe that our bodies are not our own. We can begin to believe that we do not have God inside of us. we can begin to believe that we are property, that we are domesticated, and that we are free labor and free resources for someone else's benefit, for someone else's wealth, for someone else's prosperity, for someone else's abundance. We can begin to believe that we're only good for our goods down here. That imprint being seeded over time can really break down someone's consciousness, someone's psyche, that they're not good on their own, that they're not good just existing in the world, that they don't matter just being here. Because when your matter only mattered when it was producing, or it mattered to someone else, then there's a distortion about your self-worth and your self-value. Okay? You can literally begin to see yourself as not being worthy, as not being good enough, and that your own that what you produce and what you give is not even worth being compensated, because your ancestors weren't compensated, because they were free labor at one point. Right? I really want y'all to understand this, because if you have a hard time charging for your services, for your products, this is something that needs to be cleared and dissolved and decoded inside of your DNA. Okay? It needs to be broken down. Because if not, it's going to break you down. It's going to break your spirit down. Okay? So we have to reclaim that we are geniuses. We have to reclaim that we are brilliant. We have to reclaim the God inside of our wombs and understand that we are the creatrix. We are the co-creators of this life. Because when you do that, you're rebuilding the holes that are leaking the power outside of your womb and into other things. You no longer will feel insecure. You'll no longer feel inadequate. You'll no longer feel self-conscious. You'll no longer feel like, you have to get your validation from someone else. You'll begin to realize that you are worthy of self-validating, that you are worthy of being secure inside of yourself, that you don't need someone else's input to determine your worth. You can reclaim the fact that it is a blessing just to be around you, just to be in your energy. You can reclaim that what you create is gold. That what you put out in the world is the highest that there is. Right? You can reclaim your reproduction for yourself. Okay? You can reclaim what you produce for you and not for anybody else. Okay? You can reclaim your rest also. Okay? So that's how the womb really healed my relationship with my self-worth and with my self-value, because I really struggled with this for a long time. I struggled with needing other people's appreciation, other people's approval. And that really created a lot of stress on my body. And that stress created more fibroids, polyps, cysts, endometriosis. And I don't have endometriosis, but it creates more fibroids, polyps, and cysts inside of the body. All right. So we need to stop looking. We need to heal where our ancestors had to look for approval and validation from other people. And we have to start giving it to ourselves.
Here are some things that you didn't know about your yoni or womb. If you don't have a yoni or womb, just keep scrolling. This ain't for you. If you do, keep listening to this. Did you know that your womb and yoni actually holds the physical ovaries of 2 generations before? Yeah, you heard that right. Your mother's ovaries and your grandmother's ovaries are actually in your womb, which means on an energetic level, anything that they've experienced that repressed or suppressed them in any way as a woman, as any being, and their life force energy, most likely you hold those codes and these beliefs in your body as well. Did you know that also your womb and yoni can actually hold the physical memories of things that maybe your inner child has forced itself to forget? This happens a lot with some of my clients where we go through a healing and they feel like something has happened, but the mind tries to judge it and block it from the womb. And then they go into this journey and find out that there is an old memory that is unlocked. Most of the times people don't know this, but we actually have traumas and memories and events that happen every 7 years. So it can be anywhere towards like 7 to 9 years, which means from that trauma, 7 to 9 years, you have an opportunity to either have this happen again, or you can clear it within those years. Did you also know that if you aren't able to connect with these emotional memories, traumas, experiences, that they can cause physical elements in the womb and the yoni? Yeah. So for example, you can have anything from endometriosis, PCOS, what else? So many other things, ovarian cancer. All those things are diseases that are created based on emotional stagnant energy that has not been released in the womb. Which brings me to the next point about your womb and yoni that you probably didn't know, your bleed. Yes, when you have your bleed, that is a really great indicator of what is your body afraid to shed, what is it shedding, and just really what is your connection with your bleed. In historical past history, our ancestors used to really create this as a space of ritual, and I'm hoping that today's generation does the same. You would be able to receive psychic downloads. You would use your period menstrual blood for rituals, such as giving them to plants because they have really good vitamins. And usually if you would have pain a lot during your period, that's an indicator that there is something that you're emotionally not feeling. And pain is suppressed emotion that has not been felt and moved through. Same thing with numbness. If you lost your period or your moon cycle, most likely your womb is numbing something because you don't feel safe to feel it fully. If you guys would like another video on more tips and information on the yoni and the womb, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to save and share this with someone.
There was a post where I posted a lady had talked about having the golden womb. And basically she talked about the concept is when you begin to be with a man, his luck, he becomes incredibly lucky. Even if he was well off before, after he met you, he was way well off. And she talked about the concept of having the golden womb, aka a magnetic womb. Many women out there do already have this, and a lot of women out there don't. Or they do, but it's under a bunch of bullshit. Which is why I have the Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls, where you can start to cleanse your womb space so that you can start to cultivate a more magnetic womb that is going to help you attract more of the things that you desire and want, as well as whenever you do get with a partner, help them attract the things that they desire and they want so you guys can build a life together. Now, if you are a woman out there that wants to have a more magnetic womb, my first step for you would be to cleanse your womb. Start with our Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls that is made with dragon's blood resin, a very powerful resin that is going to cleanse your womb space, right? Or start with a gentle cleanse and use our Queen's Vaginal Steam, which you steam for 15 minutes, you set your intentions, and you cleanse really quickly. And then you move on up the next level, right? And so the next level is you're going to start to attract by making your womb fertile in the physical sense and in the spiritual sense with our Raining Waterfalls Aphrodisiac set. When you get our Raining Waterfalls Aphrodisiac set, you're going to be able to make a womb tonic or a womb syrup that you can take daily that is going to make your yoni more wet, sweet, and juicy. And it's going to nourish your womb. And then we have our Pum Pum Candy, which is going to sweeten your yoni, actually making it taste sweet, but also for it to be sweet in the spiritual sense. It is going to make your womb so magnetic. So even if you do not currently have a golden womb, you will eventually have one with the use of our products. Comment below cleanse for the Goddess Detox Pearl. Comment below attract for the Raining Waterfall set. Or comment below candy for our Pum Pum Candy. Everything is linked in the bio. XOXO, selfish babe. Bye.
Some of you have the golden womb and you don't even know it. What do we call the golden womb? Us spiritualists healers, etc., called the golden womb, the women that are able to upgrade the men just by sleeping with them. Just look at your history. Look at the history of the men that's been with you. If any man that's been with you start doing better after being with you or while being with you, you have a golden womb. That's not everybody. Some women suck men dry, and yeah, and they have like what we call osobo. But a lot of you, if let's say you were dealing with a street pharmaceutical rep, and since that man started dealing with you, he started moving more weight and he started doing better and better deals and more money coming to him, you have a golden womb. Something bad was supposed to happen, whatever, and he got divinely protected some way, somehow, while being with you, you got a golden womb. The person just glow up. You can see him glowing. He looks better. You know, the way he just everything, his skin, everything. You have a golden womb. A lot of you guys are walking, talking, ire, what we call ire, good fortune. And you're giving it away by sleeping with people that don't come back and thank you for it. But giving it to the wrong person. Giving it to the wrong man. Okay? So just look at yourself and look at your history and how the men that have had the privilege of sleeping with you, how good they do in life while they are with you. You know? Life in business and everything. Just look at that. Just look at that. Just pay attention. Pay attention.
Signs you have the golden womb. This is not talked about a lot because this is a bit more esoteric and spiritual, but if you are a woman and you have the golden womb, you are literally a lucky charm to any man that you partner up with. In divine feminine teaching spheres, which is what I teach, the golden womb literally talks about your womb, your essence, your femininity. It's golden because you have a divine feminine energy. Now, what do feminines do? Us women are creators. We are the closest link to God that there is because we literally create life in our wombs. Fun fact, but a lot of multimillionaire men have a golden womb spouse with them at all times because they intuitively understand that if they partner up with this woman, they get very, very lucky in life. Now, sign number one that you have the golden womb. Men are drawn to you like moth to a flame. You don't even have to be conventionally attractive. You don't even have to see yourself as all that, but there's just something about your energy. And a lot of men just call you womanly or you're so feminine. You exude Mother Earth energy. That's the only way I can describe it. Sign number two, any man that you get with, suddenly everything in their life starts to work out well. This is because you're giving them your energy, your nurture, your kindness, and your love. And also, if you have physical intercourse with this man and he gets access to your womb, he actually pulls your energy and he manifests quicker in his life. In esoteric and spiritual teachings, the womb is a manifester. Think about it. When you are creating a baby in your womb, you are manifesting life. So a lot of occultists will use women who have the golden womb energy to help them manifest what they want. There are a lot of rituals. I don't know how these rituals work, but I'm certain there are rituals out there. Sign number three, because you have a golden womb, you also manifest things like that in your life. You say something, the universe gives it to you, and you hardly ever have to wait. The only times in which you will have to wait is when you self-sabotage. But for the most part, if you look at your life, you will have realized like, oh my gosh, everything I asked for, it's literally right here. Why is it so easy? It's because you have the golden womb. Now, I'm Chinese, and in Chinese esoteric teachings, this is a real saying. It's called the golden womb. I'm not sure if it's that popular in the West, but in China we have this saying. And I remember once a psychic telling my aunt that she has a golden womb and she needs to be very picky with the man that she gets with because it is such a power to have. Now, warning with women who have golden wombs, now that we're talking about husbands. Be very picky with the husbands that you choose, because if you choose an unworthy man, he will only manifest for himself, for his own selfish reasons, and he will siphon your energy, he will pull on your energy, he will drain you, and you will find it hard to manifest in your waking life. Now, if you choose the righteous man, the rightful man for you, he will create abundance for you and himself, but it's mostly for you because he understands intuitively. His soul is telling him, you are the power.
Let me know if you have a golden womb or not, and what kind of experiences have you had with this power.